I don't want to bring up too many bad memories, but there's a lot of positive and good people he met. But right up until the end, he and he said, and the number of people that came to the door in their underwear, and I got to go there. I got to go there because it looks like the cat scratching him, the finding the dogs and everything. When you said the underwear, your eyes kind of rolled back in your head a little bit like you're having some flashback. Amazed.
It started off, actually, my wife said, some woman just answered the door in her underwear. And I went, did she put clothes on? No, she just took me with a T-shirt and her underwear on.
That's what I don't get. The people that are when I've gone to people's houses and people are in different states of disrobe, there's no point where they're uncomfortable. They've kind of gotten to the point where I am as I've gotten older with my fly down, somebody will see your flies down. Like, I'll get to it. Before it was like right away, but there's some state of discomfort where you come to the door and it's like, and when you have to ask somebody, you must have mixed emotions when I want your vote, but I'd like you to put pants on first.
Would you like to put pants on or anything? No, I'm good. I'm like, well, okay.
I'm good.
I just thought it was a way to get rid of me, but they would stand there and talk to me. And I would try to keep eye contact, obviously, and they would take my information. Thank you. It's nice meeting you. I'll come out and vote for you. I'm like, okay.
Don't. How about you don't vote for me? And if you come out, you got to wear pants.
Yeah, put pants on.
Put pants on. What percentage of the people were in some state of not being presentable for public appearance, in your opinion?
I'd say 5%.
So that's 150 people based on the number of houses you did.
Then it'd be less. I'd say, if you're going to go number-wise, I'd say about 50 people. That's still a lot.
But if you close your eyes, can you see just a slideshow of tidy whities?
Yep. There's one particular, I even know where the guy works because he had his work truck out there. And so I'm just taking a nap. Oh, and do not go to somebody's. I made the biggest mistake going to houses when the Eagles game was on.
Oh, I've learned on searches. There's a lot of rage. There's a lot of rage.
Plus they're drinking. They got their they got their costumes on with their jerseys, and I think I pissed a lot of people off.
We had the same thing happen. We had a search, and the people were not responsive at all, and it was in the same areas where you were campaigning. And my assistant chief said, March Madness is going to contribute to the outcome of this. And what you're saying is absolutely true. Do not interrupt a sporting event unless that house is on fire.
I could not waste a day, though. I explained it. I says, look, I'd like to be watching the game myself, but I only got so many days. I said, can you just take my literature and look it over? That's all I ask. And they'd slam the door, but take it.
Right. Yeah. But it's amazing to me when we're trailing off and you said the underwear, the amount of people I see when I go to their houses that are in their underwear is just amazing. When I go to do an inspection or work at somebody's house, I will announce. I will say to you, who else is in the house? And nobody. And you go up, and either people are asleep in their rooms, naked on their bed, which that's fine. That's fine. That's your room. That's your space. The person forgot a whole other human being was here. It's typically a husband forgetting his wife is upstairs sleeping in the bed. And then she's startled, you're startled. But it's like, in the rare occasion, somebody catches me in a state of unacceptable appearance for outside. And which for me is, I usually go 3 layers deep.
Right.
So that's fine. If I'm wearing short sleeves, I want to cover up. So, but when somebody catches you, you cover up as fast as you can. So fast you go back in time, it never happened. Right. But these people would just sit there and just stare at you and try and stare you down, like to see if you break eye contact. I'm standing here in my underwear. Break eye contact with me.
I'll tell you, all the ones I encountered were men in their boxers, and some had tighty whities on. I don't like to remember that vision, but a lot had boxers on. A lot were shirtless. because it was summertime. They didn't have air conditioning. It was a very, very interesting.
No bikini briefs?
I didn't see any of them, no. Thank God.
The way your voice trailed off, I think maybe you did, but you just blacked it out. I saw none of that.
Keep in mind that once you say something, the folks listening cannot unhear it.
Well, I think they should share your pain.
No.
But
I think they should share your pain.
very interesting. I'm glad I went through it. I learned a lot. You find out who your true friends are. You find out, who you can depend on. And I've made a lot of friends during this path, and like you, I would have never met you if I didn't do this. And I'm glad we created this relationship. And
how did we actually meet?
I think you contacted me. You sent me a message on Messenger.
Yeah.
And then I think I was asking a lot of questions because I didn't know too much about it, and then
and we ended up talking. I actually was going to say, but I can't say it with a straight face. I was going to say you knocked on my door and I answered in my underwear. And I can't say it with a straight face.
I don't know if I'd be here if I knocked on your door and you're in your underwear.
Stone.
Yeah. Well, I had a buddy that stayed with me for a while. We had a problem with people selling stuff and religious people knocking on the door. Everybody was selling something, whether it's religion or whatever, and they just stopped. And then when I saw them going house to house, and they went around me like I had the plague, I was like, what's going on? I mean, I don't want them coming to the door at all, but hey, what's the matter? What's the matter? And so I said to him, it's the weirdest thing. They don't come anymore. He said, oh, yes, I took care of that. You were always complaining about it. I said, how did you take care of it? He said, I just answered the door in my underwear, had a long conversation with them. And how long? He said, I held them for like 10 minutes. I just kept talking. I just kept scratching and talking and twisting. I drop something, pick it up, get back to it. And like, I appreciate the effort, but, I don't want to lose people because they have blindness now.
Right.
Because you've scarred them that much. Maybe that's what they were doing with you. They had that friend there that just came out and blind you. But, you talked about the woman that you got to help with her child, and it was the best Christmas she ever had.
Yes.
Because of these random events, and I know the end isn't what you want, but if you weren't running, she wouldn't have met you.
Exactly.
And that's at least one person, and the dog woman, and many lonely underwear clad people have a new friend. Mm-hmm. And I just, it's something will come from it. I think something will come from it.
I make every effort to try to stay in touch with these people that
we're wearing pants.
Yes. That, who've reached out to me or have shown their commitment to me and things like that, because that's just the type of guy I am. If you're committed to me and you help me, then hopefully someday, we gained a friendship out of it, and hopefully I could pay the favor back.
No, and that's the thing. Whenever I've talked to you, you're just fiercely loyal, and you're committed to following up. And that's so rare nowadays. There's so many people that I was telling somebody today that I spend about 40% of my time priming people to follow up and do their jobs. Mm-hmm. And I think there's a percentage of the population that's probably of a certain age that loses time from their workday staying on people.
Right.
Follow up, because there's some people don't do stuff until you ask them the second or third time.
Right.
You just know they're not going to do it. Are there any stats on people out there pounding doors, and did you break any records? Or
I don't think I broke any records. I mean, I didn't really look into stats or anything. Once this was
over,
a
lot of houses.
Once this was over, I just went back to my other job and just focused on what has to be done, and that's pretty much it. You pack everything up, you look at the stuff that you accumulate it, and you take it as experience, and a lesson learned, and I think I could possibly give advice to people who want to run for this position in the future. You know, obviously you learn from your mistakes. I mean, I wasn't saying I was perfect, but of course I made some mistakes. I just don't know where.
I think it was timing and weather and everything.
I think mostly timing.
Yeah.
But
there's your thing right there, campaign manager. Because you just, we were talking and there's no guidebook to this. You wing it and you lose it on any simple thing.
The way I was looking at it was my numbers in the primary. I just thought that wave, if I would have kept that wave, I would have been fine. Statistically.
I think politically we've learned the wave is very fickle, though.
Yes.
The wave is a harsh mistress.
Yes.
When you're done with this, how do you handle the signs? What happens to the signs afterwards?
You have to go pick them all up, and then
that's got to be the worst part.
Well, you know, as you know, friends, family, I told them, if you're driving somewhere, you see my sign, just grab it. People are grabbing them, and then they would call me, and there was a disposal place over Woodpayne Township. So we loaded up my dad's truck, and we took over almost 2,000, well, not 2,000, because a lot of them got stolen. Probably about 1,300 signs and disposed of them. So that's what we would do with them.
You saved one, right?
Yeah, I have one.
Yeah, okay.
Sure.
Figured save one. And I guess picking up the signs is not the best thing in the world, but at least if the signs on the lawn, the person was a supporter.
Yes.
So there's a positive thing to that.
Yeah, it you know, it was very humbling to drive around the townships and see my signs on people's lawns and not on abandoned lots. I don't know if you noticed driving through the township. I only put them on people's property that gave me permission. Closer to the election, I threw them on corners because I needed visibility.
Right.
But for the most part, I put them on lawns.
So I guess if you're putting signs up, if you're the campaign manager and somebody's running or whatever, you want high traffic streets, you want corners, you want stoplights, things like that.
Sure.
The what's like something that you didn't learn till halfway through that you didn't know or you didn't think of? It seemed obvious, but you're like, oh.
I have to think about that.
Well, the other than wearing cat-proof polo shirts, I can't believe the cat drew blood and the woman put the sign on the lawn.
She won't put the sign on the lawn.
Did anybody have weird parameters about putting signs up?
Yes, one guy wanted it a certain spot. Other than that, I said, okay, whatever you want, it's your house.
Just certain spot.
People are quirky.
Yeah.
Quirky.
I'm getting that from the underwear to non-underwear
I mean, you
ratio.
have a corner lot, and I put it on the side, and he says, don't put it on that side. And I said, okay, either side, you could see it. I said, all right. And then is this fine? And he came down and moved it like 2 inches.
2 inches.
I said, all right, you sure you're okay with this? Yeah, I'm good.
So he's making like a Stonehenge with your sign as the first marker. Is there anybody did after this happened? Did people contact you and did people say that they were shocked too? I know I did. I
ran into a woman at the supermarket up here, the Acme, and she came up to me. She says, "You Michael Altieri?" And I says, "Yeah." She says, "I voted for you." I said, I thanked her. I had no idea who she was, and she says, "I can't believe you didn't win." I says, "Well, there's a winner and there's a loser." She says, "I know, but I came out and my family came out," and I said, "Thank you, but I'm sorry I didn't get to the finish line."
Yeah. I mean, I just think
it doesn't stop. I still hear it. I just want it to stop. Everywhere I go, or my wife. "Oh, I'm so sorry about Michael." She's like, "He didn't die." Yeah. He just lost the thing. Yeah, it's the first 2 weeks were tough because you look at everything and you're like, what happened? And then when I saw across the state, the counties, then I kind of figured out
It wasn't